let me just take this tape down. Let me get rid of that. Got tape. Got things in places that shouldn't be. Oh dear me. There we go. Let's have a look then. TikTok. No, thank you. Right, I'll be with you in a sec. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Okay, so we are now live. Hi, this is all about cards and card making. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry about the delay. Hi, Sarah, I've had a nightmare. Good evening. Hi, Michael. I love it. Kim, hope you're well, sweetie. Yeah. Oh gosh, Deborah, hi. I've had me and YouTube. Dear me, what can I say? Hi, Rach. Oh, seriously, Brown the Heat. It's right. Ali, hi. Louise, hi. Good. Hello. Yes, hello. Marie, hello. Sally, hi. Moira, hi. Hello, Luke, hi. How are you? Moira, hi. Right then, so I've only got 2 streams on tonight. I'm trying it out on my TikTok. No words, don't say anything. And then I've got our normal YouTube. So, palettes are over here to stop the reflection of the light. Oh, crumbs. Stop the reflection of something. Anyway, there we go. You need a large paddling pool. Seriously, you ain't wrong there. Definitely. Right, I'm just going to quickly show you these couple of little makes that I've done. Aren't those poppies divine? Oh my gosh. Let me just show you who these are. These are from Hobby Art, and they've got a 50% sale on at the minute. There's the poppy, there's the flowers, there's hedgehog. Hogs and kisses, isn't it divine? But look at that. Absolutely stunning. And then obviously there's my little hedgehog. Into gorgeous. And then there's some little flowers. Yeah, as you do. So again, 50% off. Hobby Art Limited. Get yourselves over there. You're helping a small business out. That's all I can say. Hi Jan, hope you're well. Chris, hello sweetie. So I'm just giving a shout out there to Hobby Art. They've got 50% off. If you want to help a small business, please do so. That will be really good. Hi Caroline. So honestly, absolutely brilliant. Look, I mean, all I've done is stamped and painted directly over the stamp. But that, I mean, just look at that. Obviously, I've used Gansy Tambi paints on there, but the stamp itself is absolutely fabulous. So that's a little shout out there to Hobby Art. So please get yourself on there. 50% off. My gosh, go for it. Hi Susan, Moira, Sarah, hello, hello, hello. And Luke, Cara, Susan, hello. Thanks for joining me. Really appreciate it. So this is one of Tracy Evans. I've posted this in the group, but I thought, oh, a bit of pumpkin, you know. And I used some of the granulated. The poppies are amazing. They're gorgeous. Look, honestly, they are really good, Jan. Really good. So then I thought granulating, so I used the Gansy Tambi, the new set, the set 2 granulating, and that's the background on this one. That's on watercolor card, and then I've just matte and laid it on some black card there. And then I thought I'm going to play around now. Play. So I was just faffing realistically. So I used the Sumi colour, or what was it, the Sumi? Yes, I think it was. Let me just double check. I don't want to tell you porcupines. No, I beg your pardon, it was a graphite. So I got my graphites out, and that's what I ended up doing with that, with a bit of freestyle. I thought, what can you see? Now, when I'm looking at it now, I can see a face, a mouth, nose, and eyes. Yeah? Wow. Oh, Sarah, honestly, they're gorgeous, aren't they? Absolutely gorgeous. Now, so I'm looking at that now, and I see a face. How weird is that? But I saw grasses and stuff, so obviously I put some grasses on. So I was in a grass mood today, as you can probably tell, clearly, because we've got grasses everywhere. But, and it has, honestly, it's crazy, isn't it? So the actual, yeah, so the lashes have become tree. But, oh, wow. And then all I've done there was just get a Posca, and I just edged it. So it looks like I've edged it when you've not got any edging card. And then this one, I just was playing around with the colours on the Gansy Tambi set, that 48 set I got. Greens, browns, blues, and I just wanted to just see what sort of water effect I could get. And I was really, he has his tongue out, yes indeed. Bit like me, gasping for air in this heat. But I'm really pleased with how they look, and that's just me playing around. And this is the watercolour card from Pink Frog 280 GSM, which is fabulous. And as I say, all I've done was just edge with a Posca pen, just to give it. The Ganzi-Tambi are brilliant, and obviously I'm using, so I'm going to use tonight, just so you're in the picture, I'll show you. I have put it into a palette, so I am going to be using the large 48 Ganzi-Tambi set. They are a full extra large. You need a hummingbird stamp. Oh my gosh. Did you see that video? Oh, the poppy stamps out of stock. Oh, wow. Well, fingers crossed, you know, fingers crossed and all that to do. The hummingbird hawk moth that I captured on video and that I put out on my socials, me and Dave were gobsmacked with it. It was like, wow, you know, it was one of those moments where, and it's nice to capture that. Do you know what I mean? Them things that you're never going to see again. So it was honestly proper. And to see it, I mean, it was about so big, you know, and it was like buzzing around, and it was like, wow, you know. So thank you all so very much for your comments on my water colour. All I used to create this was this, basically, which is a palette knife, water and movement of paint, basically, you know. So please don't be shy to use different things. Oh, thank you, Pippa, I really appreciate that, and thank everybody who watched it. It was lovely, and the comments as well. But things like this, I mean, this is on a full A4 sheet, matte and layered, and that's also A3 textured card from Pink Frog. And I tell you what, it's absolutely gorgeous. Hello, 91 mini-me. I love it. But yeah, so thank you for all your comments on my waterfall as well. These are probably something that I'm going to be teaching, whether you use a palette knife, bit of card. There's a lot of things that if you haven't got a palette knife, you could use a piece of card, you know, credit card, anything like that, you know, and away you go, sort of thing. So hello, handcrafted by me, good evening. Trudy B, hi, thanks for joining me. Hello everyone on TikTok, hello. So yeah, so that's, I'm really chuffed with how that's coming, and the comments that you guys have given. I will do this in a workshop, so this will be workshop. I won't be posting this on lives, but I will be doing these in workshops, just so you can understand how easy it is to get this effect. And I've done this in less than 10 minutes. I don't want to say, you know, but it is achievable. This is like a 10-minute thing, okay? So while we're just talking about doing bits and bobs and all that, please give me a thumbs up, whatever you're on. Follow me, subscribe, you know, it really does help. Credit card, and it is, yeah, honestly, Sarah, as daft as it is, I mean, you could even use, you know, the side, you know, away you go, sort of thing, you know. And that might be something I'll do later, just to show you. Right, so I'll show you the stamps I'm using. So I've got Tracy Evans stamps. Now I've used Dare to Be Different. Oh, hi Helen. I can always use your credit card, you know, we can do grass with it, but I could always use it as well. But you know, maybe we can play around with these. Now I love this set because this set I actually done on a journal, and I created the front cover with this particular set. So there's so much you can actually do, and I haven't done anything in this one yet. Ooh. So this, I've got two journals now. So I've got this one, and then I've got the one that we do in the Tracy Evans boutique group. So that's going to be all Tracy Evans stuff. Oh, how fabulous is that? Hi Diane, hope you're well, my sweet. And then this one I might just do as one off the cuffs, and just, you know, have a little plays and that. But I was just showing you just how cute these stamps actually are, because when you look at it you think, it's not me. I looked at it and I thought, oh, okay. But then when I actually stamped them, I thought, wow, they are absolutely fabulous. Hiya Diane, hope you're well, sweetheart. So we're going to be using them in different ways. And then I've obviously got some Tim Holtz. Now I use this particular one repeatedly, and this one. Now I'm just going to show you what I've done. So this was inspired by the most amazing artist, Micheline Jourdain. I love her work. Your new journal is coming tomorrow. Oh, Chris, how exciting. I love her work. Now, this was really very, very quick. And it was nice to see that she posted up a video on her YouTube, and it's how she does a tag. So I done exactly what she said. And I've cut me a little tag, a template out, you know, and I put it down. And I drawed around it just like she done. So I created this in the same steps and the same styles as what Micheline does. Let me just move that because of that that reflective element. I do apologise. I used some calm down. I used embossing, and it didn't stick to me. And then inside, I used again. I embossed that, and then I just put some colour in, just to imagination. Let your imagination go, and that's to me is your imagination. A free flow of movement of colour, and whatever colour, use whatever you like. But I think this is absolutely all I've done here is I've got a little bit of twine and untwisted it, and then just added a little bit of something out the cupboard, realistically. And it's molting, so I've got bits of hair everywhere. So that's not my brushes. Now, Dare to be Different was a single stamp, and then I doubled it up on a lighter, so you've got that under shadow. And then I've used some bluers and some different greens, and then I've just done a dab of a couple of little colours. And then if you can see, I've actually embossed this. Now I haven't, hi Sylv, I haven't used any Versamark to emboss. I have just stamped and embossed, and I'm going to show you that exact journey. And I've done exactly the same, and as you can see, I've embossed it so it's all shiny and nice. Imagination is more important than knowledge. For while knowledge defines all we currently know and understand, imagination leads us to we might yet discover and create. Isn't that just so true? So I think that is absolutely stunning, and I love her tags, and she'll always do a lovely little card and stuff like that with her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be inspired by Micheline. She's absolutely amazing. So Tracy Evans, she's got all her little Frenchy booklets and all the little Frenchies. Again, YouTube wise, give her a follow. Same as Micheline Jourdain. She was the one that introduced me to Dr. P.H. Martins. I had a conversation with her, and she wasn't wrong. It's the best thing since sliced bread, plain and simple. Anyway, so I'm going to do, where do you get your Tim Holtz stamps from? So if I'm honest with you, I went on eBay, and there's a very, I do look for pre-loved. However, these were brand new until I got hold of them. As you can see, I've used those too. So yeah, Tracy had promised to deliver mine to Warrant. Oh, bless. Royal Mail I'm expecting stuff tomorrow. So I'm just hoping Royal Mail behave themselves in Wolverhampton. But yeah, so my Tim Holtz ones, I've got a few now of all the stuff I love. So I'm going to be using this particular set. I absolutely love this. So what I'm going to do, inspired by Micheline, we've got that to start with. So I'm going to do a card. But I'm just going to show you how, if you haven't got any DL cards, I'm just going to show you how to quickly make a DL card. And I'm probably going to cut it up and just utilise that into a card, basically. Okay, so instead of cutting it into a tag card, we can either do it into a card, or again, I can just yeah, you know what I'm saying. I've got paints ready over here. They already decanted, ready to use in there. I've got a piece of scrap down. I'm going to have that as my reference, because she's done very similar, but it's just for me to see, you know, with regards to sky and movement to that. And I want you to start getting Tracy buys extra packs. Yeah, she does, you know, honestly. Tracy Evans goes above and beyond when it comes to delivery. She does them all beautifully wrapped with twine and little tags, and oh my gosh, they're just divine. It's you don't want to open them because they're so beautifully wrapped, and I absolutely adore her stuff, you know. So there's quite a few, but I must admit, you know, penny black stuff is also sort of getting my attention as well. But I mean, everybody loves Tim. If you don't love Tim, there's something wrong with you. I absolutely adore Tim Holtz stuff. You know, same as Alison Bomber. I love her stuff. I love Micheline's quirkiness, and Tracy Evans. So there we go. Catch a breath. Right, let me start off by Pink Frog. So I have myself some 300 GSM. However, I'm going to cut it up. So I'm just going to show you. So I'm just going to put these over here out the way for starters. And I just want to show you how, hi Nettie, how easy it is. Now, with regards to, I like getting honestly, it is like getting a birthday present when you have something off Tracy. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Let me just move them up there out the way. Now, I haven't unwrapped because you need to play with them. Love it. Right, so just a normal A4 piece of card. Now, your DL card is 20 centimetres. So let me just, I want nice ends. So let me just do that because I'll chop that end off. Right, so 20 centimetres. Keep that. Obviously, off-cut, that sort of size is not a bin-worthy thing. And then I'm going to take it down to 10 because half of 20 is 10. I know, I'm doing ever so well today. And then I'm going to use my scorer. And I'm going to, I know, black, honestly. And then there you go, one DL card, the exact size that you need. Plain and simple. So, let me just get the bone folder. Come here, Mr. Bone Folder. Nice and a little bit of pressure. Nothing too heavy. And then as Micheline done, she then got her lovely little stencil. And she's got her own one. She's put, you know, her own design. This was my design. Obviously inspired from Micheline's. And then you just draw around it and cut it to give you that shape. And if that's what you want to do. I also put some reinforcers on there as well. And my dreaded fingerprint, as always. It has to get in somewhere. But this was just to show you as a demo anyway. But that is as easy as it gets. So it's 20 centimetres, scored at 10. And there's your DL card. All you got to do then is just make an envelope. And that's easy enough to do in its own right, because you can quite easily, you know, cut, yeah, you could scrimp it out there, chop it down a smidgen if you needed to. Have you got lots of penny black stamps? Oh, I'm going to have to indulge, definitely. I was talking to Micheline earlier, so I'll see what she gets back to me with. But yeah, it's all good fun. So this is inspired by the lady herself. So what I'm going to do first of all is I am going to stamp. Now this is as easy. I'm going to leave this as a DL card. Okay. Now this tag might actually go out in the tag challenge in the magical mashup group. So I don't know whether or not you're able to still join it. I'm sure you would, but this probably will go out, and then I've got a bundle of tags, which I forgot whoever my partner was, but they'll get them anyway. It's one of them. So let me just show you what I've done here. Now, me and embossing. Oh, let me get my, look at this. Alison and Heather, it's on its first outing. I haven't used it yet. I'm just so used to using my talcum powder stuff. So look at this, people. Yes, Jackie, bless. I've just been purified and figured. Oh, I love. Oh, hello. What's going on there? Oh, it's a bit of a bit of something anyway. Okay, let me just. I'm sure that's all we need to do. Anti-stack bag. I actually own one. This is my first ever one. I was using a sock and talcum powder, so I'm honoured to actually say I'm the actual owner of an anti-stack bag now, and it was a gift. So thank you, thank you. They have a sense of humour about them penny black stamps. They do indeed. I love them. Right then, so let me just whack that over there. I've anti-stacked. Go me. Yes, thank you. Anne is my tag, my little tag buddy. Now then, I am going to do exactly what Micheline does. So let me get me thingy-my-bobby out. Now I have treated myself to a smaller one, so I can actually do this without knocking this off. Love the hearts on the. Oh, I forgot where it came from. Oh, and it's. I do apologise, but I'm sure if Alison or Heather's on, they can say. I don't know whether it was some. Oh, I forgot. I don't want to say the wrong one, but there you go. Oh, I read that as Arlene Phillips. Oh, fabulous. Go you. Okay, so I am now just going to bring this down slightly. And I am going to do it. Well, hold on a second. I will trim that off. I'm going to do it this way because I know then I'm going to trim that bit off. So I am going to stick this down like so. Now, my stamp. Where is my stamps? Here we go. So out of the wrapper, it's a woodward. It is woodward. Oh, okay. There you go. And I'm going to use this one again, just to show you, because obviously I'm just going to complement what we've already done. So the only thing I'd say is when Micheline is doing hers, you've always got that sort of picture there, and she's always positioning it just perfectly. So I'm going to actually go a little bit downward on this one, I think. Bit of a downward dog. Make sure it's on. Yes, it is. Now, I'm going to take that out and I'm just going to pop it down just for ease for me. So I'm not doing all this in the arms and all that nonsense. And then all I'm going to do is I am just going to dab that there. Let me pop that back in yonder. There we go. So, let me just see if that's going to work. I've just realised it's just gone slightly out on there, which is okay. Let's have a look. Let me pull that down a minute. See, me and my brain waves, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Let me just put that up there. I think Rose, I sent you the anti that with the cosmic. For me, got sent my anti-stack got sent by Alison and Heather. Bless. Unless I've just read somebody else's comments, so I do apologise if that's the case. I do that sometimes as well. So I've got a bit of a double, which I don't mind either, by the way. I like a bit of a double there. What's it? And then I'm just going to place this sort of about like so. Now, I've got to watch here because I'm hanging over. So I am going to rearrange this around like so. Because, yeah, I'm going to put it like that actually. There you go. I'll paint down the bottom. So I am going to go like that. I thought it was it was something else. It's all right, don't worry. And any marks I get on, I'll end up turning them into birds or God knows what, because there's always a mark with me. I'm terrible. And I've even got two rag things here to try and keep my hands really clean. Just doesn't work, does it? Well, yeah, exactly. It was after the... Oh, I can see where it's going to be. Oh, that's going to work out quite nice now. So, it was after the chaos of the embossing. So, I've used it so far. See, look at me. I'm using it. Hey, I'm using it. Go me. Whoop, whoop. So, let me just pop that on there. Yeah. Oh, nice. And then, I am going to take that over there. And I'm just going to play devil's advocate slightly here. And I am going to just... pop that down again. Why not? Why not? And I say, oh my God, Lacey, you're using your sock. Well, yeah. Well, you see, I always try and do things where, you know, people that can't, and I know they're inexpensive, but I just couldn't be bothered. And thank you. I was overjoyed because you'd be bothered. However, there's a lot of people that can't afford them. So I was just showing you the alternative with a sock and talcum powder. And then because it works so well, hello, Sussy Poos, love me and Maggie Poo. Oh, look, Maggie's in the house. Oh, Maggie Boo and Sissy Poos. Loves ya. So, let me just do that out the way now. Now, I'm more than happy with that. The little black blobs and whatnot. The black blobs are obviously off my finger marks. Nothing to do with that. But anti-stack, let's see if it works. Oh, let me just, it might help if I actually take the stamp off there. See, that's me getting overexcited now, isn't it? So, hello everybody. Right, let me put that there. You can go there into Mr. Holts's container. Loves you. Oh, is she barking? Oh, miss her. I'll have to come up and see you again soon then, won't I? And we can play. Right, so I'm going to get the dreaded embossing powder out now. So, oh, dear me. I am getting the clear gloss regular. Now, Micheline, she uses this a lot on her products and I love the effect that she gets. So, I have just used black Versa, yeah. Let me just make sure. So, all I'm going to do, you have got an eraser that looks like the soul of an ox. I've got, hold on. Hold on. Let me just concentrate on this 1 minute and I'll see if I can get back to reading that one. There we go. Right. The only problem I'd say with this stuff is it's that fine and oh no, I think we've done all right there. Right, yeah, a little bit of a blue. It's that fine and that sort of like sand dust. It just gets everywhere. And I've got my little pots and I have got my ginormous pot. Let me just shake this over here. Fabulous. So I'm gonna just re-topping up my little pots because my big pots I'll end up with a whole lot out. I'm just terrible like that. Have you not got a soul of an old plimsold? Have you gotten it right? No, I haven't actually. No, I haven't got the eraser that looks like an old. Mind you, I don't know, you know. Might be. I'll have to look. You know, the immensity I've got my blackboard thing that pushes everything down. No, I'm just heating it up first. Then I'll go on to my embossing. And you watch the magic. Here we go. It'll go lovely. That will remove the black ink. I quite like the black ink, to be fair. I like to be off the cuff. It's a bit of me. But thank you. I might try that actually. So here we go. Look at the magic. I love this. I think it's fabulous when you see this happen. There we go. Now. There we go. Let's just see if that's tickety-boo. Yep, I'm happy with that. Right, now, let me just trim this off. Now, I know you've just said about... Let me just... yeah. I quite like me blobs, but that's a fabulous thing to share because, you know, for me, things go over the top of my head. So I might actually get... I've got my Crocs on. I don't think they'll work. But, yeah, a bit of old rubber and whatnot. And see. So, let me just get a dry brush and just... Let me just... A bit of a brush, as you do. Right, now. I am using my bestest brushes, by the way. Let me just chop the end of this down a second. So, I'm just going to do this off camera. Because it's going to take me two seconds of a dangly doodah. Well, I'm hoping so, anyway. And then if it don't, then it's one of them, isn't it? So, I'm going to do it there. Oh, no, that's way too much. So I'm talking to myself now, but it's okay. Oh, let me... It might help if I hold the thing down. There we go. Right, that'll do. Blooming thing. Right, okay, I'm back. Right, so you can see now that I have put the embossing. It's lovely, yeah? And I can still feel little bits. And that's the thing with this heat and embossing. Dangerous stuff. But there's your resist. Beautiful. Now, all it is then is just adding some water on and playing. Now, I'm using Pink Frog Super Smooth card, so I know that how this is going to hold. Now, you can take this down if you wanted to. I'm going to open it out, just so it gives me that little bit of... It does look really nice. And at the end, that will remove the black ink. What, me? School Black Pumps Yellow Soul, they used to... Oh, okay. I haven't got none of them on me. I've only got my bloody Crocs on. So, anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm going to add this into something. So, you don't need any special Versamark to emboss with. So, whatever you put down, as you've just seen, I've just used VersaFine Claire. It embosses quite fine, okay? And that's got all of it. It's got the double print, the whole shebang. So, it's even got a second generation. It's took the whole lot, okay? So, let me put that out of the way. Now, like I said, I am starting to use all my new brushes now. So I am using my Fumi Doomies, however it's pronounced. And I have got myself one of these little angle spotted detail brushes. So for me, these really, really, really gives bang on. However, I have got some detailing brushes come. And again, I will show them you, but I'm not doing a selly thing. We're just painting, plain and simple. So I've found my go-to brush at the minute is a number 4 Sable, which I absolutely love. Now, they hold so much water, and I mean so much water. But I mean, I've got my palette knife. I've got a plastic palette knife, which is, I don't know why. Let me put that out of the way. There you go. So I will be using fine detail point brushes, and that's an extended point set. So I've got the set of those, and then I've just got like a set of just different brushes for different things. So I'm going to try and just work off one brush just to show you don't need 20 million brushes to do a piece of artwork. So I'm going to put all them out the way, including that. So this is the only brush that you're going to see me use to create what we're going to create. Now, you can squirt on like I normally do, but today I'm just going to squirt a bit of water in the corner. You might just find me just going off camera there. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this over. In fact, no, I am going to squirt, to be fair. If I was using watercolor card, I'd prep the card first and like drowned it. However, because I'm using super smooth and I know this can play with the water a lot, I'm just going to do little bits in error just to show you how easy. And I say that loosely because I know some of you find things difficult, so I don't want to be, you know, putting you off having a go. So please have a go. So again, I'm just putting that water down because in this heat the water is drying quite quickly on the card. Now I'm going to go in with quite a dark blue at the top, and it's sort of like a grey blue. So I'm not putting any more water on my brush now, and I'm just touching it, and you can see how it feathers out. So you can see how the paint will feather out. Now if I'd got a brush and my oxides, for instance, let me grab you. So I'd use Uncharted Marina. Now I was watching Micheline doing her amazing stuff, and she does exactly the same. She'll go in and she will touch her pad and move it around with water, you know. So don't think you cannot do touch your pad and add water on or anything like that. We got reinkers for a reason. Yeah, says it all. Yeah, plain and simple. Now, like I say, if you haven't got paints, you can paint with your oxides. It's a fabulous effect, but obviously I've got paints here, so I'm just going to move. But you can see how much the watercolor paints will move, unlike how the oxides move differently. Yeah. So, you know, we've always talked about that. Now, if you put paint down and you don't like it, I'm going to show you easy little techniques now. Get yourself, now this one is like your Plenty or your Bounty or whatever, and you can dab in as tiny as you want to make little cloudy things, little fluffy bits, or however you want to do this. Yeah, but it takes off, and if you don't like it, you can take the lot off. Again, it's up to you. But I just want you to sort of know that when you're doing these different techniques and you're loading and loading and loading, it's however you want. So you might look at this and think, that's too much for me, that's too dark. Well, that's fine. You put your version down. So you do you, as I always say. Now, I've put the water down. I'm even going to put a little bit more water down. Now, this is perfect if you're thinking to yourself, let's have a play with a bit of Ganzi-Tambe, because can you just imagine the cloud format you'd get from Ganzi-Tambe? So, you know, whether it's a granulating colour or not, let me just grab my granulating set. I'll grab the new set for the sake of it. I'm going to go for the, yeah, there's a cosmic blue here. Let me just, so I'm just going to add a little bit of water onto that. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put it down there. Yeah, that's all right. It's because when you look at it, it doesn't look blue, and you think to yourself, really? And that's where your granulation comes in. So again, you can see that blue's coming down really nice. Now I'm going to start bringing it down onto where it's dry. So it's dry, it's wet on dry, as people would say. So I'm now adding water and I'm moving it around because I want the granulation and I want the movement of colour. Now you can see the more water you put on, the more you're going to get those different sort of movement and colours. Yeah, and I'm going to mix between granulated and just a normal Ganzi paint. So I'm going to go through a couple of different blues, and then I'm hoping where you've got your granulation, I'm starting to get a little bit of colour through, but again I think you need more water basically. So I'm now going to bring that down. So I'm going to squirt down to here, and I'm going to allow that to actually come down. And again, you've got to trust your card. So again, use what you've got. So if you've got any others, use like the graphite, Sumis, whatever you've got, use them. You haven't got to go out and buy X, Y, and Z just to create a piece, okay? So I like the way that that's coming down. It's giving quite a really funky effect, actually. So I'm just going to bring it in a little bit, just to give sort of a cloud formation. And then I'm quite liking that bit there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to blast this dry. Now, what I like about using the dryers when you on water and Gansy Tambi or any paints, you get different effects with it as you're moving them. So again, it's been used, it's warm. So I'm going to move this around and allow it to give me that sort of cloud formation in different ways and give it those lines. So you see that harsh line I've got now, and there's your granulation. So I've just dried that off really quick. Now, where's my lovely brush? Let me clean it. Okay, so now you can go over it. Now that's got plenty of water in, even though it hasn't. This is what I love about this. And you can remove this around if you wanted to, you know, but I like the effect. Or you can add, let me just put a bit more colour. And as I've got a little bit of wetness there, it'll do it again, you know. So understand, for one, how wet you can get your card. If you're using super smooth, you know you can drown it. So I'm going to now bring, as I say, I'm going to do it again, re-wet. So I've wet this card God knows how many times now, and it's just absolutely going for it. Now I want to put some greens in here. So I'm going to move my oxide out the way. If you've got oxide, I'd say rustic wilderness, peeled paint, twisted citron, burnt, so anything like that. Okay. Anybody seen an odd thing net to a name with a hashtag 1 or 2? Anyone else seen an odd thing net to? Oh no, I haven't had anything come up to me. But thank you for saying. I will investigate. Oh, okay. Anyone else seen an odd thing net to a name with hashtag? Well, if there's anything on there, I'm just scrolling through. I can't see anything. Just don't click on it, because just in case. Last thing I want you to do is unless Gansy Tambi set or in hobby art sale, you get an extra 50. There you go. Gansy Tambi Starry colour set. There you are, 50% off, moving 50, which I've blasted out quite a bit, especially with the stamp. So stamp anything, it looks like you get that 50% off. So moving 50, get in there. Wow, that would be fabulous. It's a top fans icon. Oh, is it? Oh, there you go. Go on, I got a top fan. Welcome, top fan. Who's got that then? Is it myself talking to myself? Discounts only on non-sale. Oh, there you go. Now I'll keep my gob shut. I'll get myself into trouble. I'm good at doing that. I love it. So the green. Now, you can see I'm just wiggling it around. Now, what I'm going to do now is just get another different green. And I'm just going to add just in different places. Because all I want to do is just build a sort of a backdrop, really. And then I'm going to move that green into the blue, but I'm going to move it really soft. Well, you know something, when you don't know these things, you don't know. I'm not used to all these fan nonsense and things. Caroline is my top fan. Boom, go on. I love it. Hello, top fan. Oh, I've got a fan. Can you switch on, please? I'm hot. I love it. Oh, good God, that's made me chuckle. Love it. Okay, then, so you know, I'll have to post that out. Number 1 fan. Susan is number 1 too. Oh gosh, no, I can't read. Obviously, I don't know what's going on. I reckon they've hijacked it. I love it. That's absolutely brilliant. That is fabulous. Bit of fun, isn't it? So if you add your layers, waiting for a fan, it's got to be done. Sorry, I had to get in before you did anyway, because you're the queen of jokes. Right, so we've got dark, then we've got light. Now, if you really, some very weird algorithm, oh crumbs. Oh, I don't mind an algorithm if it does something positive for me. If it does something negative, though, it can go and diddly-doo-dah, isn't it? Now, I'm just going to put a bit of yellow down. And that I want that to give me an interpretation of maybe buttercups or some flowers in the background. So, do you see that? Just that little bit? Yeah, you, Debs, definitely. So, you see how just that little bit, and all it is just moving around with that little bit of water. So, I mean, really and truly, I could turn around and say that's done. However, I want to put a bit of cloud up there. So, I'm going to get myself a little bit of grey. I've got a new fan from Star. Oh, hello, Diane. Is it any good? So, let me just... So, all I'm going to do now is this is wet on dry, and I'm just going to move it across like so. And I'm going to put a little bit up here, just where I've got that nice bit of Gansey time. Now that's the granulating up here and down here. And I'm going to see if I can merge that bit of finger blob, as you do. There is a water spritzer facility. Oh, crumbs. Oh, I could be really naughty there, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to do it. Debs, don't do it either. I know you're tempted to. I can just imagine what she's thinking to right there. Oh, dear, dear, dear. So, wet is now, I'm going wet on wet to move that darker grey. And if you think to yourself it's still too dark, you can then get your tissue and just top fan of it. I love it. You guys are you're on form tonight, ain't you? Yes, keep that zipped, Debs. I can just imagine. I really can, actually, what's going through your head at the minute. Now, in the Gansey Tambe, I must admit I'm absolutely quite impressed with their white for the colour palette. Now, I'm going to add the white in just to bleed it, to merge it in with the other colours. So, you know, I suppose depending on what you're doing, what you're using, there's a time and place for whatever. Say, for instance, you're using this product, there's a place for this particular white that'll blend in and move it around nicely. So it's nice to actually see that in that format. So I'm just going to blend in down the bottom here with the white. And all it does is softens that sort of line. Now, because I'm going into something there, I am just going to take up a little bit of that water. There we go. And I'm quite happy with that now. It's a different one to the other. So I'm just going to dry that off quickly, as you do. And this dries quicker than my other fan, so this is like, I'm probably going to stick with this one for a bit, especially with doing the paints. There we go. There we are. Right, so there we go, really. Oh, it's still a little bit damp, actually. Let me give it another blast. Let me do it another again. One again. Turn it over. And you see how much I've wet it and it's not come through? That's how good the card is. And this isn't watercolour card either. It's like a big blower, honestly. Could blow the grass away, couldn't I, with that? Mind you, in this heat, it'll probably start a fire. Goodness me, I wouldn't dare I do something like that. Goodness me, honestly. So, yeah. I really like that effect. I think it's fabulous. But I must admit, that dries quicker than my other one. I mean, it's a softer one, but probably doesn't sound so dangerous, you know. You've not got a big one. Well, you know, I could answer that in a way as well. So now behave, you lot. So, I mean, you could put some little birdies in this if you wanted to, if you've got little markings. But what I done on this one was I popped some birdies on and then I popped that sentiment on there. Now, down here, I popped some colour, which I'm going to do sort of to give it the same but different. So we've got Dare to be Different. Obviously, we're going to Dare to be Different. I like the way that cloud's gone on there. Popped on a few minutes. Yay! Hello, Jen. Lovely for you to see me. Now, let me get the stamp. So this is Tracy Evans. Now, it's got Dare to be Different. I like Take Risks. Fearless. I'll tell you what, let's put Fearless on this one. Yes, let's do this. Man, it has to reach the spot. I dare to ask what on earth we're talking about with you guys, honestly. It's fabulous, though. I've really got my own little thing going on in my head. Now, how I'm going to do this is I'm going to put Fearless down here in the light, but then I'm going to secondary print. Now, I'm going to do the first print. There we go. We put plenty of ink on, make sure everything's covered. There we are. Lisa, carry on crafting. Honestly, I'll just go for it. Asteroids. Oh, right then. Yes, fabulous. Now, Fearless. I'm going to put it here. Now, what I like to do, for one, I want to make sure it's straight. Yeah, I think that's about right. Well, it's going there now, so it's on. So, first stamp, and then second stamp, I'm going to take it off because I want to drop shadow. So, I'm going to take it off, and I'm going to bring it down slightly. Second generation stamp gives me a lovely little drop shadow. Okay, so that, again, you could do that as deep down, up, over, whichever direction you want to go. But that's how you get a really nice little drop shadow. So we've got Fearless. I quite like that. Totally. At least I'll just carry on crafting. I've lost the plot now. I love you guys. So I like that. So what I'm going to put inside is take risks, definitely. Take risks. Got to be done, isn't it? Now, if you've got one of these contraptions and you want to, you want to really put it down in the format that you want, so take. This is where it goes totally wrong now. Take risks. I can never do this. Is it the right way? Yes, it is. Okay, now I need to put it on a line so it's straight, like so. Take a risk. Now, if it isn't straight, I don't care. Okay, I'm going to just pick it up like so. Oh, I think it's moved, but I don't care. So I think that's gone a little bit wonky donkey. There you go. Okay, ready, and pick up. There you go, sorted. Right then, so I'm going to do it again. Now, like I say, I'm not too worried if it's wonky, because it just suits me down to the ground. Right, so take risk. Oh, look. Okay, that's fine. We'll do it over there. I'll do some there. Take risk. There we go. So again, first stamp off, and then I'm going to move it down and over, and then on that second stamp will give me the drop shadow. I quite like that. I like it. So I'm going to now stick a heart over here, because knowing Lisa, as I always do, I've got a blob of something that's just ended up and this is where being real as a crafter is as real as I can get. I'm loving honest. Oh, she's loving Tracy Evans stamps. Yes, Sissy Bows. Oh, they're divine, honestly. This set is absolutely brilliant. I love the quirkiness. Now, as I've put myself a blob there, for one, I'm going to do that, which is about the best thing, isn't it, really? And then I'm going to do a second generation over here, and maybe a little bit there, actually. And this is what I love with Tracy's stamps. There is no right or wrong with any of this. So I am literally going to hide that little lump there, and then I'm just going to go in between that and just leave it like that. Saving up. Oh, Caroline, they're worth it, I mean, a lot of people are sort of de-stashing their stuff at the minute. I'm actually, let me pop down one of these gorgeous little birds just so you can see. In fact, we've got time. I'll do that little bird on a tag. We'll do like a little go-to. Let me just put down a little bit of colour now. Yeah, but the stamps are divine. Okay. Oh, did you really? Oh, with your birthday vouchers, fabulous, Sally. Honestly, they are absolutely amazing. Now, we've got that done like that. We've got Fearless. We've got that. So let me just put a little bit of a wash here. Now, all I'm going to do is get me one brush. That's all I did say. And all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put some water over, because it was permanent. It's not going to go anywhere. Yes, belated birthday to Sally. And then I'm just going to do that. Now, all I'm going to do now is put, well, hearts are normally red. So a bit of light redness, why not? And where it's wet, I'm just going to move that around like so. Oh, bless you. And the same again. And there's no rhyme and reason for this. There's no right or wrong. Now I'm going to come over here like so. And then all I'm going to do is, now mind your crease when you're putting water down on a card. The last thing you want to do is fold your card and it breaks. Yeah. So I'm going to get a puddle there. So whatever I'm doing now, I need to be quick. Because even though it's super smooth, there is limitations on it, on any card that you mess around with. So I'm going to now take away that blob line of water there, because as I say, I don't want to weaken my spine, but I do like what I've got there. So I'm just going to put myself a little bit of water back on. I'm going to put myself some of this beautiful red on, and then I'm just going to splatter it. Yeah, why not? Why not? There we go. There, we've took some risks there, haven't we? I could have splattered my card and everything. I didn't cover it. Somebody forgot to tell me. That's be you guys there. Let me get my blower out. It's like I'm gardening this, isn't it? Hold on, folks. And again, we've got that movement of the water. allow yourself to get those dry lines in because they make a fabulous effect. Yeah, you could do it. You could make a mirror image. So get your watermark where it's drying, move that water around so you get those lovely dry stain marks. There we go, let's get those dry on there. Yeah, nearly done. There we go. Sorry about that, but there we are. So I think when you're drying, you've got water on and you've got something like that drying and you get the water stain marks, I think it adds such a fabulous effect. And you get that obviously when you're using your oxides or any sort of distress and you're putting your water down and you get that sort of thing. But if you don't own that and you only own some paints, you can get the same effects. Now, to me, take risks. There we go. We've got another lovely card that complements that beautiful thing. And that's what Micheline Jourdain does. She complements her set, basically. And I know it's not the same as what she does, but it's just giving you the idea, isn't it? You know? So let me get some watercolour card now. So both of these are on super smooth. So let me get some watercolour card. And what I'm going to do now is use some of these lovely birds from Tracy and like really go off the cuff. Yeah, so if you wanted to put blobs of stuff here and put a bit of water there and do that, yes, do a sandwich, because you know the fold of the card would be brilliant. So if you put another colour on there and fold it, fabulous, you know, like the butterfly effect sort of thing. Yeah, but I mean, if you're comfortable and confident just to put some water down and splatter it and add a bit of colour, go for it. What you're going to do that's wrong? Nothing. You're going to get a tissue and wipe it up. Yeah. Honestly, I love her style. Love her style. So there we go. So that's two to complement the beautiful Micheline Jourdain. And I'm now going to do something similar in this style, but Tracy Evans. So let me just... Tim's over there out the way, but I love these birds. So the first thing I'm going to do is get these crazy little, I mean, really like this. You make it look so easy. Oh, bless you. Thank you for that. I hope you watching this allows you to make it easy as well. You can stop and start these videos, rewind it, rewatch and that. And I do the same with that. And I've done that with Micheline's video. I've even done it with Sissy Pooh's stuff. I watch her stuff, watch how she does it. And that's how we learn. You know, I just don't go off the cuff and go, yep, well, I do most of the time. But I also like to learn from other artists, you know, and watching Tracy do her thrinches. That's absolutely amazing how she puts those little thrinches together. Love it. Absolutely love it. Right, I like this little geezer here. So all these are turning that way. I like this. I think these two need to, maybe these two actually. Let's have a look anyway. Let's put them on first of all. So, oh, those little hearts doing it. I don't think I've seen her work. Please, Trudy, honestly, YouTube, Tracy Evans Boutique, and obviously she's on Facebook as well, Tracy Evans. Yeah, we all learn from each other, goodness me. And the mashup group, so the magical mashup group, I love watching you guys putting your stuff in. You inspire me every day in there with all those different things that you post in. And I love the fact that most of you are going, oh, couldn't believe I've done this. I can't believe I've done that. Honestly, it's absolutely fantastic what you're putting in there. And each month I pick somebody that feel that they couldn't have done something, and you've inspired me for doing it. And you're then the actual page emblem, or you know, I put your picture up as the profile picture for the page. And there's a fabulous one on this month, absolutely. So look at that. Let's get the embossing powder. Like I say, we're still obviously doing a bit of different, the new ticket. Oh, I need to, honestly. I love the pheasant. I love all the different stuff. I've just got to play around in different things, honestly. Got to run. Oh no, it's lovely. Well, thank you so much for joining me. You can always watch Cash Up anyway. So there you go. Now the other lady. Oh, yes. So Micheline Jourdain, she's when I put my post on Facebook, she commented on, and I was speaking to her privately after that. But yeah, so she's on Facebook and she's also on YouTube. Micheline Jourdain. Her stuff is amazing. Please do find her. It really, really is absolutely amazing. So let me just put this in the pot because you know it's going to happen. I'm going to end up with this stuff in places I don't want it. So let me put it away so it can't attack me. Because you know when you're talking like this and then you think, oh, what, you know, and then you forget. And then the next thing I know, I'm covered in embossing powder, you know, and then, yeah, we won't even go there. But, you know, it's one of those. Don't tell anybody. Right, let's get this done. Right then, so I didn't anti-stack. Oh, no, see, that's because I'm not used to these fancy products. Okay, here we go. So I'm just heating the card up. Here's the magic. I love this. It is like magic, isn't it? Bye, Jen. There we are. Look at that. Perfect. Woohoo. The detail in Tracy's stuff is absolutely phenomenal. I love it. Absolutely love it. So, there we go. We've embossed. Woo! Go me. We're embossing. See, I'm in the comfort zone now. I'm embossing. Woo, dear me. Right then. Now, I want this little bird to be doing something, yeah? So, let's see. Time for me to go. Oh, night time, Maggie Moo. Love you. Night, Sissy Poos. Speak to you soon, sweetie. Safe journey. Love you lots. Mwah. Right, so I want this to be on, I don't know, maybe a little rock or something. So I'm going to now paint. So let me put some water in. And again, I'm going to use one. Catch you later. Love ya. Mwah. So I'm going to put, now this is watercolor card. So I am going to put down just like so. Just water. That's all I'm doing. Now I'm going to go in. I'm going to maybe keep it on the theme of maybe black and grey. Now let's have a look. So let's have a play. Let's see what the paint's going to do. Let's see what it creates. Yeah. All you've got to do is have enough confidence to allow paint to do what it wants to do. I'm going to put some dark black there. Look at that. Now, I don't know what our little bird is going to sit on, but, you know, some of it is looking all right. Now, I have got a black and a blue black in here. And what I'm going to do now is I am going to squirt the watercolour card, as you do. Thank you, Susan. That's very kind of you. Appreciate you doing that. Thank you. So, let's move this around. Now, the thing that I love is, for one, I've just got ink everywhere. So, let me just get that out of the way. Right, let's put that over there. Now, here we go. Right, so let me move this around because that wasn't what I wanted to do, but then that's what's happened, so that's what we're going to play with now. Right, let me put some more ink in. Let's really play around. So, if you've got your Gansy Tambe, go for it. If you haven't, just use some black paint now to actually draw or move, allow the paint to do what it wants. Because whatever it does, we'll create something from it. So I don't know what I'm going to end up here. I've got a line going up there. God knows that will end up as a tree, I think. Yeah, let's put a bit of something there. Yeah, why not? Let's put a bit of colour down here. So that's got sort of a light, well, say a lilac. It's got something running through it. Now, if you're really brave, well, I was going to say if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands then, but I won't. I won't do that to you, I promise. Let me just put this black down. So I've just put black paint there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take that up here. I'll probably just take a little bit. So this is just all freestyle now. I can't spell photography. Neither can I. Welcome. Love it. Now, I'm just playing with the tip of the brush now, yeah? So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to flick up. And there's a big wet blob there. I ain't too worried. I don't care, actually. Because it fits in. Hobbycraft of Dim Holts sprays on sale too. Oh, there you go. Anything else? Are we finding anything else that we've got good offers on? Or anything that we can share? Feel free to blast it in, because this is the place where we're all here to take note. So that's good to hear that somebody's actually got some sort of copy and paste it's your friend. Yay! Right, I'm just going to dry this off a sec. So I'm just going to move it along. Let me move this down and around. There we go. So you can see the water moving as we're drying it. There we are. Now you can see it dries a lot quicker on watercolour card. There we go. So that's dried really, really quick. Now, there's a really strong paint down, so I'm going to move it around, and I'm actually just going to move this just so it's sort of, it's not such a harsh, you know, because all the rest of it is blended and moved and everything else. I don't want this to be as harsh, so let me just spray at the top for starters. So you see that we've already got a bit of movement now, and then I've got pure black back on there again, and all I'm going to do is like really go for it now and just think whatever happens happens. And I'm actually going to bring it down so that looks more of a tree now, and then I'm going to just take this along just a little bit like so. Now let me just see what I'm going to do now. I'd like to, now I am going to get, I'm just going to see if I can just flick up. It's not really going to give me much, but this is where maybe having a little bit of confidence to actually play around with different things. So you can get a palette knife and move the ink around if you want. If it doesn't work, you might be able to just put a little bit on a brush maybe, or on the end, add a little bit of water. If you're not comfortable doing that, then again, whatever brush you've got. Now let's see if I can do some really, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to really try and get this into a point, and all I'm going to do now is just move what paint's on there, because there's plenty of paint on there because it's so dark, and I'm just going to move this along in different places, so it's going to give me the black into the grey and so on and so forth. Now we've got this lovely sort of movement going on up here. So I'm now going to bring that round and down, and I'm going to take that up and over. Now, to be fair, I think that's quite a cute and quirky little little card. Now I'm going to dry it off. Let me get my Bunsen burner back out, and I want the movement up here. So I want that out the way. Good, I'm glad. Let me just dry that off. Right, see how quick that dries. Now, here's a lovely little thing what we can do. Let me just tweak that a little bit. Now, we've done the brush work. Perfect tickety-boo. I'm now going to get number 5. So this is your Pigma Micron archival, like drawing sort of thing. Let me just get a fresh bit of paper. Oh gosh, I can feel myself melting. I'm melting. There we go. Right, let's just get this out the way now. Now, because we're using watercolour card, obviously you're going to have places where it absorbs, but it is solid at the back. So don't worry if you've got a bit of movement. When you matte and layer it, you don't. Now, because we've got a little bit of a fine line pen, I can actually go into this now and maybe even just start to just put some pretend flowers in here if I want. Now you can do little circles, because on the actual stamp, you see how you've got the little circles here. Now you could put some of these little hearts about if you wanted to, or you could complement. Oh, bye Debs, gotta find. Oh, no worries, love ya, see you later. You could then just put some random circles in just to complement the way that Tracy had actually put these in. Now, if you don't like them, spray a bit of water on, because until it goes into that card, you can still move it around. You know me. Always one for doing a bit. Now, I love my little flicks of grass. So, don't be shy, I had a few. Now, where you've got those watermarks, you can just do a little flick here and there. Now, and do some long, do some short. And then you've got this little area here, which, you know, some of Tracy's new stamps. In fact, let me get them. This would go in perfectly. Let me put some of them little mushrooms in. So let me just grab a little mushroom. So this is from the new set. This is my all-time favourite now, TE50, right? And these darling little mushrooms, that would fit in just so cute there. So let me just pop that there. And again, the detail that you've got in this tiny little stamp is fabulous. Now, I'm going to put one here behind. Might as well do a couple. You know me and mushrooms. Love them. Now I'm going to extend that down. But then I want to put a mushroom here. And what I want to do is, let me just find a bit of naffy paper. Hold on. Let me rummage on the floor. Right, so what I want to do is half a mushroom here. So I want it about like so. So your bit of paper down will give you your half a mushroom, okay? And then I'm going to add some grass around that. But then I also just want to add just sort of in that area there. Okay, so to me now, you've just mixed your two sets, which is what it's all about, old and new. So when you buy your new stamps, it's all about the new stamps, but you've got to bring them into your older stamps as well. It's lovely to combine stamps. I think it's fabulous when you do that. On the wild side, natural, wilderness, fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Now, this one here particularly, I used to love a certain grass, and that's replaced that now for me. So that gives me exactly what I need, you know. So I'm just putting that one out there, as you do. Anyway, let's crack on with this. Now I'm going to extend this down, as I said. So you can use this lovely little black pen that you've got. Mine the bit of, what's it? Now, I am going to just put some more grass in, like so. Now, if you wanted to, you could add some white here. And really, you know, give a total different little contrast. Now, I just want some random bits of... Yes, I said that earlier too. A new wild grass. Boom! Sally, we're on the same page. Oh, yes. Absolutely to die for. There's a God. Yes, indeedy. So, we've got this lovely little bird that was in the middle. Boom! I love it. We're on the so on the same page. Fantastic. Now, look at this. Let's bring this down. Let's bring this around. So we've got these random circles. I'm liking the random circles, to be fair. So I just want a bit of height here behind our lovely little birdie. That's all embossed. Oh, fabulous. Now we need to do something with the tree. So we've got our lovely number 505 liner. Now, if you're confident, now there's nothing to a tree, it's lines, yeah? But I want you to do it on an easy way for you. You've got your trunk here, yeah? And we know we've got a bit going out there. So you can bring the trunk up like so. And I'm going to utilise what I can see. And there's a bit going up there, right? So I'm going to bring this across like this now. And then I've got a little bit going here, off key. And then I'm going to bring it down here like that. I'm going to take that down there. I'm going to take that there. And then here... I can bring that like so and bring it down here and follow that bit and then go off on a tangent there. Now when I go like that now, I am going to thicken this up with paint and let that go that way. And I'm going to bring this down here because I've just put a little line. Put that into there. Now as I'm getting thicker and closer, let's bring that in. I'm going to bring it to here. So all I'm doing, I don't know, let's tell you, let's just colour it in. We're using one thing now. Okay, and we can paint that. If you're not comfortable doing something little lines, yeah, Font Company's designs a bit similar. Yeah, when there's certain things that go a certain way and the people like things, why ever not, you know? It's the way of the world, isn't it? But everyone's got different tweaks to things, which is nice. But it's just nice now that I've got a new stamp to go to, and it's like, yay. Now I'm going to take this knuckle down and I'm just going to bring it down as a random, and I'm just going to take it over like so. So all you've got to do is just have a little bit of confidence in just having a bit of flow, you know. That's all, the best way I can say, have a bit of flow. Yeah, so let me get my brush back. Yeah, I guess there's only some. Yeah, totally. Everybody's sort of wanting the next best thing, and then yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? I mean, it was all steampunk, and then it was something else, and then it was something else, you know. So, you know, That's just the way it goes, isn't it? Right, so I'm going to I move everything around, so don't be shy to do that. So again, I'm just going to paint here. Now I'm going to add me a little bit of water, not too much, so I'm going to put it down here actually. Let me put a bit more on here. Are you deciding? Yes, I will be. Not just right now, but yes, it's I've got things to sort. Yeah, it's a coming. So just bear with me on that one, because there's things have got to be sorted out, but there's a lot of things going to be changing and sorting and diddly doo-dah and all that. But yeah, I'll say watch this space. But yeah, it's not going to be like a right now thing, but yeah, I'll just stop saying yeah now. There you go. Right then, okay, let's just put myself a little bit of something here, because I like that. Go back into my paint pot. Bless you. Okay, so I'm actually quite happy with that now. So let me just take my water off, my colour off there. Let me use this. There you go. So it's now it's damp, but there's no hold of water. So all I'm going to do now is just move slightly, because there's enough water in to do things, but not enough to make a big puddle. So you can see I'm taking lines along to join bits in. Yep, so you can see how I've moved that down into, and there's see that tip of water, there's just enough in the brush. These brushes are fabulous. So I mean, forget the brand, right? What I'll say to you is, if you've got a sable brush, and you've probably got one, if you don't, you can call dibs. If you've got a sable brush, even if you do nails, usually the sable brushes are what you do your nails with. Will you be? I don't think so. I think I can't really say at the minute, so I'll leave that one there at the minute, if that's okay, Diane. But you can always PM me. So yeah, there you go. Next. Right, let me just wipe this off. So there we go. Right, let's have a look. So there we are. Now, okay, so again, no water on the brush, but I'm just moving the ink around to either take it away, blend it, or add it. Yeah. And there we go, a little quirky bird on a rock in a quirky place with a quirky little thing going on. Now, that's that there. Now, dare to be, shall we put Imagine on? Shall we have Imagine on? Whatever not. What else? We've done Fearless, we've done Tight Wrist. Let's put Imagine on. Or do you want Tweet? Shall we do Tweet? I think Imagine's nice, because it'll go for any occasion, this will, won't it? So let's have a look. Now, am I going to be off cuff? It's all right, my sweetie. Imagine. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm going to pop it along here. And I'm going to do what I normally do. So I'm going to have that drop shadow. I like a drop shadow, especially on this font, the typewriter font. Tracy does a fabulous job of this. But I like a little drop shadow. Although there is drop shadows on some of them, which is lovely. So I'm just going to pop that here. And as I say, I'm going to lift it up, move it down and over slightly as for that drop shadow. And there you go. So that gives you your, see, look at that. Okay, I love it. Absolutely love it. Drop shadow. Love it. Right then, so let me just show you another little tip and trick and all the rest of it. So, matte and layering. Now, if you haven't got 20 million, I thought that mustn't drop through my, I can imagine that dropping through my door. Can you know? I love it. Bless your cottons. Let me just show you a quick trick then now. So matting and layering. Everybody does matting and layering different. And that, I'll just let you know now. So TE10's an old stamp set, but gorgeous. TE50 is my new. That's coming in my funeral box stamp. Yeah. But I love the trees. I love everything about this. Yeah, beautiful. So let's put that over there. Now, if you've got a, well, I'll say if you got, you could use whatever colour you like, but black Posca pen, yeah? So, first of all, I would say, let me just dry that off. I can just see a little bit of dampness then. We nearly had a problem. Let me get my blower out. Nearly dry. That'll do. I didn't want an accident then. And me, I'm loving this. Oh, no worries at all, right? Night, darling. Bam. Speak to you later. So I'm going to, let me just see. Have I got an old piece of paper? Yes, I do. Right. Pointless wrecking a piece of paper when we just do that. Night, Rachel, sweetie. Mwah. So I'm just going to hold this down now. The tip is to get a little bit of your nib on the card and just draw it straight down. Lift it, turn it. Hold it down, hold it firmly and draw along. Just nice and steady, nice, steady, quick movement, yeah? Hold it down, hold it on the edge at an angle, bring it down, done. Round it goes again, hold it down at an angle and down it goes, yeah? Now, voila. It's matte and layered in its own little way. It's not matte and layered, but when you put that onto some white card now, nobody could turn around and say that's not matte and layered. Now, I'm just going to grab some super smooth because white on white is just like woo-wee. Now, you could do a small bit of white and then pop it onto some black. Now, I've got some gorgeous textured card here. So what I'm probably going to say is let me just move the rubbish out the way. Well, it's not my rubbish. And don't forget, all I've used is one brush tonight. And I'll show you everything I've done. Let me just move my palettes out the way. So that's that there. So you might get a bit of a reflection. So I do apologise. Now, let me get... So I use Full Stop End of Story Pink Frog. The glue is amazing. Love the glue. And I'm just going to pop that over. Now, all I'm going to do is just around the edge. Now, you'll see how quick this will bind. Because this is in real time, as you can tell. I'm still here. Oh, good. I'm so glad. So glad. Right, so, there we go. I'm just going to pop that down. Tracy, yes, honestly. Well, I've done it slow so you can see what I'm doing. But, honestly, fake matting lines are brilliant. It gave such an effect. And especially if you haven't got a lot of card. So, if you were doing a colourful card, you could do a different colour around. It hasn't got to be black. The only reason I've done black is obviously because I'm doing a black and white themed card. Now, I've got the matte and layer, and I'm going to do the most tiniest one, which, what is that? Is that 3/16 or something? Is that the one, or is it a 16th? I think it's the 16th one. Anyway, it's the Nats Dewberry Firkin, you know, the nat bit, yeah? It's that one. So, let me just, well, you can see what I'm doing. I've got my retractable blade, which I've robbed out my dad's shed, and don't tell him. And I'm doing it on my Tim Holtz mat, a glass mat. Well, there we go. Hello. Let me have, that's it. Crikey. It's that strong, the what's it is. It didn't want to let go. I love it. I was just being too gentle. Honestly. It's the heat. Moulds everything together, doesn't it? Right, now. There we go. Now, the little fiddly bits like that go in the bin. And then I keep this now. It's not just for matte and layering. I keep these now because if I want to, don't worry, Ruth, I'll be daft. If I want to do some of those silly little reinforcement things, I've got plenty of Pink Frog card then to do that with now. So if I just go, let's just hope it's worked. There you go, sorted. So, and I've got a little pot with loads of them in. So I know it's good quality card that's going to be a reinforcing ring. So always good to keep your offcuts, even like your little slithers, especially if you've got something like this. Fabulous. So that was just a little tip. Anyway, let's get back onto our little man. So, oh, I tell you what, that's going to go bossed in there. Let's pop that down. So again, you can see that's matte and layered. It's glued, bam, done. So, little like now with these applicators, you save so much glue. I have saved a lot of glue using these applicators. Honestly, it's mad for how much glue you actually waste when you do matte and layering. I mean, I always used to use my tape machine, but then you get through that, and then before you know it, that's like a amount and amount. But I've brought the Pink Frog glue. That's now bonded, by the way. I always rub on the back just to make sure. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Woohoo! I always just, I always just make sure that everything's on, done, you know, and you can't fault it. You really can't. Now, I've got to think that, oh, that, do you know what? That might be there about perfect, but I'm going to come in the lip, okay? So these, they come in a set of 3. Honestly, if you do matte and layering, get a set. You can get them anywhere. I must admit, Amazon are the cheapest because, I mean, that was some time ago I brought mine. I've had these a long time. There are other places that sell them. Choice is yours, you know. Right, so I've just gone round to that and it's 2. Let me see if I can get away with that one. Yes, okay. So don't ever think to yourself, oh, woe is me. I've had to go a shorter one because unfortunately the one end didn't go. And that's what I love about these little rulers. They really do. If you end up dropping a doodah, you can get yourself out of it. Honestly, they are such a game changer. They're absolutely fabulous. The amount of things I've got myself out of with these rulers, it's like, thank goodness that somebody invented them. And it's, I mean, they've got that metal thing there, so you're never going to have a problem. And even if you put your card down crooked, your lines will always be straight. So just make sure that you always sort of think, have I got enough card to go around? So there's that little creature. How gorgeous is that, though? A little bit of freestyle. We got new stamps and old stamps. Honestly. Oh, did you pick up? Honestly, second-hand, it makes no difference because it's just that cutting edge that you need with that metal. And as long as you can see the lip on them, you ain't going to worry about what the sizes are at the end of the day. Let me retract. Let's put them up out the way. So, let me, Diane, do you have the link to the Hobby Craft Distress Spritz? Ooh, there we go. Sharing is caring, ladies. And gents, if you're there in the background, I might add. Right, let me just have a little tidy up. Let's see what we got where. So let's see what we've done today. So we have done a couple of things today. Obviously, I've showed you this because I was inspired by Micheline Jourdain. Now, I haven't put anything in the middle of this, apart from a little bit of what's in Take Risks. But yeah, so we've done some embossing. So I wanted to show you the effect that, you know, a little bit of paint can do. If you haven't got a lot of oxides and think, oh, Lisa uses this, Lisa uses that. For the sake of buying a cheap paint set, yeah, because you can pick, you know, I mean, I'm using the Ganzi-Tambe, but you can pick up a cheap paint set. Look at this. Well loved. I don't clean. God forbid. Oh, dear me. But yeah, pick up a cheap paint set and have a play. These paints have got different pigmentation in that. I will say that. But all you need to worry about is the fact that pat your paint down with water. If you're using watercolor cards, you can float it and move it. But you've seen me do the same with the super smooth card today, which is not. And both of these are super smooth. They've both been embossed. Let me just make sure I'm not rubbing different colours all over me. Hold on. We don't want to ruin it just in case somebody gets sent these. There we go. Good. I'm so glad you've enjoyed it. So, embossing with no Versamark. We've just embossed the print, yeah. We've done a bit inside just to make it a bit dramatic and different. We've done what Micheline Jourdain does with the tag cards. And then we've gone off cuff. And then we've mixed new and old stamps with regards to Tracy Evans, yeah. Now, please venture out, have a play, mix your stamps up. I've done Tim Holts with Tracy. We've put a bit of colour in here. We've left colour out. Nobody said anything, you know, looked or done. But, I mean, how lovely them. In an envelope, send them out to somebody. And, you know, these would go good for, you know, sympathy cards because, you know, take away, obviously, the fearless part and dare to be different. But how lovely would that make with a little scene? And, again, imagine, use your imagination now. I mean, we just stuck a bird down. We didn't know what we was going to get, did we, at the end of the day? I knew he was going to be standing on something, but look how that's created. Yeah? So, I can't wait to see what you guys do. Please put your thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. It all helps with the algorithms and all that nonsense, whatever it's called. I don't flipping know. But you know what I'm saying. So, these are the sort of cards that you can do with paint. These are also Oh, let me just put these in. So that was also done with paint. Yeah, really, really easy. Okay, and let me just show you very quickly the hobby art. Don't forget hobby art. I've got that sale on. So hobby art. I mean the hedgehogs are just to die. I love hedgehogs, but those are the poppies, and but with paint. So I stamped in black and painted over them. I stamped in black, painted. I stamped in black, painted. Yeah, and then all I done was a bit of Ganzi Tambi. What did I see? We saw the face, but then it's one of them. Yeah. So have a little bit of creative. Just whack some paint down, see what you see, and then go off that. There is no format to what you create, all right? Just remember, use good quality card, all right? So, again, the new release from Tracy Evans is a fantastic release, and I've used old and new Tracy Evans in tonight's demo for you. So, have fun. Thank you so very, very much for joining me. And thank you so much for subscribing and following the journey. So I will have some things to just seems to be say good night. Bless you. She's back. You're like Superwoman. You must have drove like a bat out of hell. Vroom, like that down the road. But yeah, there's the finished card. He's ever so quirky, isn't he? I mean, you could actually just do a little bit of embossing around there, to be fair. But again, we won't go there. We'll leave it as it is. Yeah. Oh, good. You've learned a lot. Fantastic. But yes, so Tracy Evans boutique group. You've got Magical Mashup. You've got my Facebook. You've got Amanda Jane Crafts. We've got a few workshops coming up as well. So keep a lookout for that. And if you want us to go somewhere or would like me and Amanda to join you for a workshop, give us a shout. You know, we've got a couple of places left for this year, and then I've got an empty diary for next year apart from Eileen Goodwin reserving dates, so there's a lot to look forward to, you know. So be creative, have a go, get your paints out, get some water, and I will see you on Thursday. But don't forget, Amanda's on tomorrow, so look for her links on her YouTube channel, Amanda Jane Crafts, and I'll see you all there, and I'll sit and listen to you lot having a bit of banter. So have fun, everybody. I'm going to say bye to everybody on here. So that's that done. There we go. Okay, that's all. Oh, I like that. That's already gone off. Perfect. Even better. See? Gosh, I love it. Right, let's take this down. So you can see my carnage, the reality of it all. So there you go. There's me. That's me bits and bobs now. All over here, all my other stuff. Paints, bits and bobs. There we go. Mess. My floor ain't too bad, actually. I've done all right there. But yeah, there's the reality. I've enjoyed making these with you tonight. So see you all later. Right, take care, everybody. Bye. Love ya. Love and hugs, my little munchkin. Night, sissy poos.